everyone, I'm Holly, and welcome to part 2 of the pack and chat for the Rainbow Extravaganza. This first one is going to Lucretia in Texas. Thank you for your order, and I hope I'm saying your name right. And I always love getting comments from Lucretia because they're always so supportive and encouraging, and it always gives me the warm and fuzzies to get a YouTube comment. So thank you for that. I just love all the supporting comments. We have a rainbow fusion and a neon rainbow. Very nice. The rest are wax melts, so I'm going to put some padding down here, some insulation. And we're going to put the Fruity Loops down in there. And then let's put the Rainbow Pear Bears. I guess I'm not really showing. I just finished Pack and Chat part 1. So just moving on to the assumption that everybody's seen these already. We're going to give that a little bit of padding. Again, the shred adds a lot of insulation for these wax melts right now, especially since it's so hot around the country. So we're going to cover that up. I'm going to put in the wax melt sample, which is Pina Colada. It was a brittle. So fun. And cover that with a little bit of shred again. And the soap sample, which I meant to go look to see if it's pronounced bergamot. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. And then the invoice and the business card. And then this one is going to be off to Texas. This sticker. I'm trying to do it so that you can see it. This sticker is so cute. I absolutely love it. I know I'll get asked. I get them from Labelin.us. They are a wonderful company. Do an amazing job. Super friendly in their correspondence. And I was afraid the colors were going to be a bit dull, but they are just it's just bright and beautiful, and I'm very, very happy. This order is going to Bethany in Washington State. Thank you so much for your order, Bethany. And I was going to try to put this in this 964. Let me see how this is going to do. I'm going to be doing some stacking here, and I want there to be enough space for plenty of the shred. So I really want just a little bit more shred on the bottom. Let's do the Cherry Dippity Donuts and the Huckleberry Danish wax melts. Do another, let's do the Rainbow Pear Bears right in the middle. These are very flat, so I think it's gonna be just fine. But let me see. It is pushing it a little bit. I know it looks like a lot of shred, but we've got to protect those wax melts. And I just think we can do this a little bit better in a different box. Alright, so there's quite a bit of shred down in there. We're going to put in the Huckleberry Danish. I can't get over how good that one smells. It's just so amazing. And then we're going to put a Rainbow Pear Bear next to it, because they're a little bit more narrow. Make sure there's plenty of shred around all the edges. Very good. We're going to put in a donut and the rainbow Pear Bear. Sometimes I like to go kind of shift them so that there's not all the weight is on the exact same spot every time. That looks good. Yes, this is much better. And the box is free, so there's that. We're gonna go ahead and put the wax melt sample in. It's another one of those just incredibly gorgeous pieces. I love it. And then this order is very orangey. My goodness. This one, where's my business card? And this one is going to be off to Washington, which I've heard Washington has had a little bit of a cooler year. It's always interesting how it shifts. Like last year, Wyoming was just like struggling, and my husband follows a rancher in Wyoming. Of course, that's where it is the land of my people. My grandparents and great-grandparents had a ranch for many, many years. My not my great-great, it was my great-grandpa. He homesteaded it in Wyoming. But anyway, they were having to haul in hay because they couldn't even get a cut of hay hardly. I'm not even sure they did. And then this year, they're cutting hay like crazy and Wyoming is green. So it's like, go figure. So this order is going to Tyler in Kansas. Thank you for your order, Tyler. And Tyler will totally understand how hot it has been in our region this year. So we're definitely doing like the extra hot, dry, crunchy thing. I'm looking at my security camera monitors right now, and it's just brown. It's brown and it's boring. We had that really horrible year in 2020 where we didn't get any rain from like April to I don't know how long. It was pretty bad. And then last year was epic. Like it was green in the whole summer long. It was really wonderful. But here we are again this year, and we started off pretty green, but we haven't had any significant rain in a while. So we are in a drought now. And it's actually kind of funny I say that because we went for a walk this morning. My husband and I, we get up early and get a good walk in the mornings, no matter what the temperature is. And so we have grapefruit and a unicorn berry bliss. And it sprinkled on us the whole time, but we just didn't get the rain here. It wasn't even really enough to cover a sidewalk. So we are very desperate for the rain. I think I took a little video off to see if it's good enough to insert our little walk. We live out in the country, and it's wonderful and amazing, and I love going for walks. And there are cows that I say hello to. And my favorite bird shows up every now and again, the red-winged blackbird. I love that. The bluebird that was a couple of Fruity Loops wax melts. That's my second favorite bird of all time, is the bluebird. I love them, and they are up there, and there are hay fields and Herefords, which my family, they raised Herefords predominantly, and so I just love walking, getting that fresh air in the morning. Of course, you know, I understand we're extra blessed because we live in the country and we can walk on country roads. But yeah, there's another pretty wax melt. I love it. It's just very soul filling for me first thing in the morning, and I miss it if we don't get a walk in. We walk 6 days a week, so we usually get it in, but I was like, it's raining, and he's like, we're walking anyway. And it felt amazing to just be sprinkled on the whole time, but it's just nothing else came of it. We have been mostly 100 degrees since, I don't know, maybe the middle of June. It's been brutal. We're not used to that here. And then stick on the high humidity, which we always have in the summer. It's been pretty uncomfortable this year, and there is no sign of it ending. The weather we've been having is what we would expect for maybe a week or two in August, like the hottest part, and we have been consistent for about a month already. Just yikes. There is just no end in sight. This order is going to Tracy in Minnesota. Thank you for your order, Tracy. We have a melon cucumber soap. So good. And we have a huckleberry fluff soap, which you can't really see much of this one because it did end up getting covered all the way. So I learned an interesting tidbit the other day. Apparently I'm behind the times because other people have said they knew this. That Bigfoot likes huckleberries. That's its favorite fruit, favorite berry. So there you go. I learn something new every day. Let's see. Let's go sideways. Been watching Expedition Bigfoot on Discovery Plus. I just love that show, and it's always funny to me because nobody ever sees anything that they're hunting for, but it amuses me, so I'll watch it anyway. And it is just definitely a highlight of my day right now, is to settle in and watch that. I have learned that they like huckleberries. I don't think I'm a Bigfoot because I too like huckleberries, but anywho's it. I love the scenery. I just love the hiking and everything that they are showing. It makes me happy. Alright, so I don't even think I said what else I was putting in. The Rainbow Pear Bears and what? That was a Fruity Loops. Wax-a-moots. I think it's the unknown. I like watching things about unknown things. Kind of get into that. I don't know why that is, but it is how I operate. Put in a soap sample, the wax melt sample. We have the invoice, and my battery is dead, so I'm going to have to get that replaced. And then hopefully I can line the camera up nice enough that we'll be back for the next one. Last order. Not the next video yet, the next order. This order is going to Jeanette in California. Thank you for your order, Jeanette. And we're going to put in a rainbow succulent and a unicorn berry bliss soap. Nice, super nice. We have a melon cucumber and a neon bubble gum. They were kind of like twinsy soaps, same kind of design, just one was charcoal and one was white. We have a pink lip. I don't know why I can't remember the name of this soap. I always look at the label to see what it's called. Pink Lemonade Sea Salt Soap. And this one has a little bit more ash than some of the others. It's just soda ash, and it's a natural byproduct of soap making. And it just rinses off in the first use or two. And it can be steamed at times. The soda ash can be typically steamed off of cold processed soap, but it doesn't really work very well on it doesn't really work super well on the salt soaps because it basically melts the salt. We have some Rainbow Pear Bear wax melts. I don't get that wound up about the ash. A lot of people will steam it off, and other people will use like really strict water discounts. And I actually saw a soap maker that it kind of turned me a little bit I don't know what's that term. It put me off just a little bit because they were criticizing is it Pasha? I can't remember. Anyway, criticizing them for having soda ash. And of course, a big company like that should be able to make soap without soda ash. Well, one, it's just temperatures, it's water amounts, etc. And sometimes you just want to work with your batch without having to move at the, speed of light, speed of sound. I don't know, whatever. And so soda ash is just a thing, and it's not anything for anyone to be worried about or critical about or anything. So it's just natural. It's part of making soap. And sometimes there's just other factors. And this soap maker mentioned that they use a 1.3 to 1 water to lye ratio. I've never done that in my entire soap making career. I mean, I can't even fathom a 1.3 with my recipe. So, anywho's that was a little bit of a spiel. But if you're a soap maker and you get some soda ash on your soap, who cares? I don't care. Some people apparently care, but it's not a thing. So just don't worry about it. We're putting in a super cute wax melt sample. In fact, I think I'll just put it down there with the Pear Bears. And we're going to put in a soap sample, the invoice and business card, and then this order is off to California. And this completes part 2 of the Pack and Chat. I am just going to, since I got my battery changed, I am just going to, not mine, but the camera's, I am just going to roll right into part 3. Super cute. Come on now. Love it. Beautiful. Rubbed me the wrong way. That was the term I was looking for. Oh, the UPS poison is here. You know what? That's Brambleberry. Hello.